I extend warmest welcome to each and every one of you. Warm in spite of the crypt-like temperature so common at a gathering such as this. As on so many other occasions, we will speak tonight of a monster. A monster that is neither plant, animal, or man, and yet somehow manifests the most horrific facets of all three. With this in mind, I offer you a tale called Swamp Lily, a nightmare come true, which of course is our specialty on the Nightfall radio show. Last Friday night, something fell from the sky and crashed to Earth. But let me be more accurate. It crashed down in the swamp. It was quite a small thing, really, barely the size of a cattail bloom. So even the snipes ignored it, and the occasional wandering snapping turtle swam idly by without so much as a glance. But by now you know about the swamp, and you know about the nature of many things that go on there. Nothing, and I mean nothing there happens by accident. The thing knew that too. It knew instinctively that this was a place where it could begin its life cycle and go unnoticed until it was time. And so the thing grew. In the days and weeks that followed, the thing from the sky began taking small game. At first it fed on spiders and mud lizards. Then as it grew, its reflexes increased dramatically, and it was able to ensnare an occasional bat or whippoorwill. Not only was it getting larger, it was changing its shape. Steve Millings, 34, found himself just off Hemingford Road on what the locals called Blackwater's Edge, right at dusk. He'd been rabbit hunting and had just decided to call it a day when, out of the corner of his eye, he thought he saw someone moving through the trees ahead of him. He called out and got no response. His first thought was that it was a lost child, separated from some damn fool irresponsible parent, or perhaps even another hunter who'd simply lost track of time like he had. He called out again and still got no answer. This disturbed him more than a little. It would be unusual enough to run into someone this deep in the swamp, and even more so for someone not to respond to another person's greeting. In any event, he headed towards the place where he first saw the movement. When he got there, he didn't see anything. Whoever it was, they were gone now, and it was probably just as well as far as he was concerned. It was getting dark, and he knew about the swamp. He knew enough to know it was probably time to get going. He removed a flashlight from his pack and scanned the immediate area. Nothing. He was just about to click off the light and return it to his pack when he saw the tracks. "Holy shit," he said under his breath. The tracks were strange, and he knew that they were fresh because he could still see water settling into the deep, muddy crevices of the impressions. And the tracks were huge, mostly round and deep. Whatever left them was big. Really fucking big. Then it dawned on him that whatever left the tracks walked upright on 2 feet like a man. But that couldn't be because there was no discernible sign of a shoe heel or sole. Confused and now definitely afraid, Steve wanted desperately to be anywhere but where he was at that moment. He couldn't figure out for the life of him just what the hell made those tracks. But in the long run, such things seldom matter. And when he rose to his feet after examining the tracks, he found himself looking right into the face of the thing that left them. What he saw was roughly human-shaped, but at the same time clearly plant-like. It seemed to have no eyes, just 2 open cavities lined with a moss-like membrane. The skin, if it could be called skin, was a horrible fusion of dark green and brown, visible even in the darkness of a murky November night. Ravaged by complete unfettered horror, Steve dropped everything, including his rifle, and he tried to, if I could coin a phrase, haul ass. However, when he turned to flee, something hit him in the back that stung terribly. Barely able, he turned just to see the thing with its mouth gaping and possibly wide open, and what appeared to be one incredibly long proboscis which dug deeply into its spinal cord. The creature began feeding vigorously. When day came, there was no sign of the Godalon, the true name of the creature. the true name of that particular race. There was only that same strange plant growing there in the woods. And there was a body. There was the body of a man, a husk devoid of all its fluids and organs. To see it was to see a sickening shell that used to be human, that used to be a haven for life, but which now sheltered only parasitic alien madness. This is how they feed and how they reproduce. This is how they live, moving across the vast expanse of space on meteors, surviving the rigors of deep space and then the atmospheric entry, planting themselves into shadowy, loamy enclaves of soil, waiting to grow and feed, boring into flesh and exchanging their victims' body fluids for their own perverted embryos, making grotesque hosts of lifeless bodies which in turn perpetuate their line. This is the nature of the goat alone. Their life begins with our death. Their death sleeps behind a door that seems forever closed to us. But still I go on, searching for a way to destroy them. But I fear the worst. If Earth is like other worlds that the goat alone have visited, then their numbers will increase and ours will decrease, and we will go the way of the dinosaur. The next Saturday morning, Jesse Harrelson, owner and operator of the Starpoint Diner, greeted his first customer of the day. "Hello, friend," said Jesse. Steve Millings nodded his head just once, returning the greeting, and smiled.